My name is Mario Delgadillo, and I'm one of the leaders here in our marketplace. And I'm pretty excited to be able to share with you guys tonight because we're going to be able to hear not just from myself, but from a couple of our other leaders, and to just learn. This is really designed to reinforce our training system, which is really the secret to our success as a team. And I do know that there have been a few guests that have been invited on, people that are seriously considering partnering up with us, and maybe you want to get a second look and even just understand how it is that we do what we do. And so with that being said, guys, let me share with you what we're going to go over this evening. First off, we're going to start with your motivation, talk about the system, what it is, how have we been able to expand so rapidly? How have we been able to help so many people have great testimonials, not just with the products, but also with our business, as well as we'll talk about the UCrew 101 training, our game plan call. We'll talk about scheduling your launch, our share and connect system, which is really the secret to everything that we've got going to cover. One of our products tonight, we usually rotate them, and tonight we're going to talk about our Renew product. How many of you guys love Renew? If you love Renew, type Renew in the chats, and then we'll talk about this upcoming week, what we have on the books, and we've got a lot going on. So without further ado, I do know that there's a lot of new people that are on the team, and there's a people that are joining. And guys, I'm just so thankful and blessed that you guys have decided to get on this journey with us. I know it's definitely a tough time, right? It's definitely a difficult time in many of our lives. But I will tell you, and I'll give you, props and kudos for getting started in Vasquez right now. And my wife and I do everything we can to help you to be successful. Really quickly, if this is the first time that you're hearing my story, I came from corporate. I was an education guy, director of admissions at a couple of private universities, six-figure guy, married, building a family, and about 10 years ago, I got laid off. And what I learned really quickly was that not having a diversified income is absolutely scary. But it's like one of those things where you don't really know until you know, right? Or until you need to have it, and you're like, whoa, right? And so I got introduced to network marketing. My wife and I fell in love with the concepts of team building, of building into other people, of residual income, leveraged income, and it just changed our life. Fast forward over the last, we've had a lot of success, and we've been with our company for 15 months. We hit the rank of diamond in 90 days, and it's all about the system. Obviously, we go out there and we try to be the best that we can, but it really all came down to the system, and we're going to dive into that tonight for you guys. And so before we do, though, I always want to take a time and kind of get a checkup from the neck up, and I think there's a lot of people that need to hear that, okay? Because we are all on the emotional roller coaster, right? I mean, you look on the internet and are arguing and fighting with each other. People are, in conspiracies and are thinking this, and people are thinking that, and it's just crazy. Like, who do you listen to? And that's really key, because I want to encourage you guys to protect your mind and really protect and guard who you allow to speak into you, especially crazy times. But before we move forward, I just want to ask you to consider, did you join Vasquez? Whether that was in the last 3 days or the last 3 months, or, at the very beginning when we got here 15, 16 months ago, what was the purpose? What were you trying to get out of that? Because I think it's really important that you determine why you got started with, but not only that, guys, with the last, 2 months or so, has that changed? Right? I realized that a lot of people got involved with Vasquez. Maybe they thought it would be good to create a supplemental source of income. And now it is their only income. And so if that has changed, then the dynamic of how you approach your business has to change as well. So who else will be impacted by your All right, can you guys hear me okay? Sorry about that. Okay, we back? Screen okay, guys? All right, hold on one sec. Okay, let's see. Boom, boom. Okay, we're good. Hold on one sec, guys. Hold on one sec. Boom. Okay, we're good to go. Sorry, guys. So with all of that being said, guys, you know, I was sharing that I was chatting with Deb, and she mentioned to me that she had been in a bowling league for a long time, and she had to have that conversation with the people in her network to say, listen, I'm planting my flag, I'm trying to accomplish something, I'm trying to do something, but it will take a toll on, you know, how I've lived my life and the things that are important. So I think it's really important, guys, that we take a mental note of all the things in our areas, and how will this impact a lot of other areas of our life. And so with that being said, guys, well, I plug my cell phone in. Hold on one sec, guys. All right. You will find opposition. That's the other thing that I want you guys to know. And, you know, it's so crazy that, you know, when you look at this opportunity, one of the things that you're going to learn pretty quickly is that people are going to give you opinions on top of opinions on top of opinions. And it's weird because sometimes we don't really know what those opinions they're coming to us from. Like, why are they giving us these opinions? Why does it matter so much to them? But when it happens, guys, you want to be able to go back and lean back onto your motivation and understand. When I first got started in this profession, there was many people who gave me opinions about what they thought about this industry, what they thought about my decision to do it. And if it wasn't for my belief in my purpose, in my dream, and my goal, and what I wanted to accomplish, I probably would have fallen by the wayside, because it's not easy, especially at the beginning. So determining your motivation, your why, is really your secret weapon, guys. And I want you to spend some time, even if it's tonight, before you go into Monday, really understanding, what is it that I want to accomplish with this company? Because what it's going to do is it's going to help you to survive the emotional roller coaster. Guys, the emotional roller coaster is real. That means you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, you're going to have ups, and it's just going to continue to always be that way. I mean, I think about, some people might even be on the emotional roller coaster right now, and they haven't even started yet, right? Maybe there's some guests here on the line that are still trying to make their decision on whether or not they want to join Viseo. And they're already on the roller coaster, because what's happening is the battle is really in your mind, right? And if you open the door and start asking other people's opinions, you better be careful what you receive. So your why is really what's going to help you to survive this roller coaster. And it's real, and it happens. And but here's what I want you to know, guys. Your network needs Viseo. 100%. I don't say, you know, oh, this isn't something anymore that people should casually be doing. I firmly believe that every single person you guys know needs this for their health. Once you learn about our products, it's unbelievable what power you have that you can actually go out and give to other people. But the other thing is, there's so many people out there that are terrified of their wealth. Guys, 21, 22 million people are out of a job, out of work, and they need this vehicle. And some of them need both, right? Some of them have never, ever really focused on the quality of their nutrition and their wellness and the things that they put into their body. But at the same time, they also need to generate an income. So I want you guys to be proud of that. I want you to be proud of the fact that you're bringing people a solution right now, whereas everybody else in the marketplace is just causing division, right? Everybody just wants to be right. And for those of you guys that are already in the company, I would say, don't worry about being right. Just go out there and be rich, right? You can go ahead and focus on being right. I'm going to go just be rich. I'm going to go out there and do the things necessary to protect my family. And then the final thing before we get into the system, guys, is just erase the quit option, okay? Nowhere in life can you be successful and be good at anything if there's a backdoor option. If you have a quit option in any area of your life, you'll never be able to fully commit to anything, right? I think about, our business, right? So many people have this mentality when they get started, like, I'm going to give it a try. Guys, there is no successful business, be it network marketing or traditional brick and mortar business, where somebody says, hey, if I give it a try, I'm going to try this for a certain amount of time, right? When you open up a restaurant, you commit, you go all in, right? You do everything that you can to bring forth the most quality product that you can, the most quality experience you can. Now, obviously, you be responsible, as responsible financially as possible, but you don't cut corners, right? You want to be the best, and it's going to take a long period of time. And the same thing applies here, guys. So if you've been kicking around this quit option and you're not where you want to be, it's probably because you're organically having that come out. People follow people, guys. And your friends and family know, okay? Your friends and family need to know that you're all in, right? Jeff just said that. Jeff Gonzalez, one of our leaders. You got to be all in, okay? So with that being said, guys, let's talk about the system, okay? So what is a system? And to me, the system is everything, okay? A system is a procedure, a process, method, or course of action designed to achieve a specific result. Okay, let's read that again. A system is a procedure, a process, method, or course of action designed to achieve a specific result. So what does our system do? Our system at its core does one thing. It's a customer acquisition machine, okay? No matter what way you spin this, whatever way you cut it, whatever way you dice it, we are in the business of getting customers, okay? Now, the way our system works is it's actually designed to build customers by way of building distribution, right? The more people we bring in, it just means more points of distribution, right? I had a gentleman give me this simplified example of points of distribution a long time ago. He said, Mario, if you owned a vending machine, okay? He said, how do you make money? I said, well, when we sell whatever's in there. He said, so let's say it's a Coke machine. Okay, yeah, so we make money when people put money in and a Coke comes out. Right, okay. So if you had one Coke machine, okay, on a specific street corner or area, would you make more money if there was just one machine or if you had 10 machines? He said, okay, 10. He said, okay, now would you want all 10 of them lined up in one particular place, like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1? Or would you want to take them and distribute them and put them all over the city? I was like, I'd put them all over the city. He goes, yeah, because why? So because I have more points of distribution. He goes, which means more soda is going to be falling through there, right? Through those points of distribution. And so when I saw that, I said, man, I could own one, soda machine, or I can have 50 or 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 all over the world, but I'm making money not because I have a machine. I'm making money because sodas are falling through that machine, right? And so what I want to share with folks is this is where duplication and expansion are built, okay? So it allows you to be able to duplicate yourself and expand on a part-time basis. See, when somebody says to me, Mario, I don't think I could do Viseo. Why? Because I'm too busy. In my head, what I hear is you need to do Viseo because you're too busy. Because what that means is that every area of your life is basically reliant upon you. But if you have no duplication, if you have no leverage, then you're going to be a slave to whatever it is that you're doing forever, right? If you do 50 hours a week plus at work, and then you come home and you're a husband and you're a father and you've got a coach and you've got all these other things, those are very important things and they're not going to go anywhere. But unless you change up something that you're doing, you'll never be able to get anything else different. So if you want to upgrade your home, you want to buy a second home, you want to take a vacation, whatever it is, it's going to require something outside of your normal circumstance. But if you're already maxed out, then you need to duplicate yourself, right? I always have, how many parents are on the line at one time or another, have you said to yourself, man, I wish there was like 3 of me because I gotta do all this yard work, right? I've got to still do all my work for my job. My sons and my daughters, they want me to play. Man, if there was only 3 of me, I could accomplish more, right? In network marketing, when you utilize a system, you can create thousands of you. And that's the thing that I want you to understand is that when you build a team the right way, you could literally put 5 hours worth of work into your business But if you have 5 people on your team, just like we talked about, strategically placed all over the nation, and they're also putting in 5 hours worth of work, okay, what you have, guys, okay, is 25, 30 hours worth of work effort going towards your business, which is pretty cool, okay? So this is the other thing. You can be confident in your ability to build a business because of a system. You see, one of the things that I loved about network marketing and about our Vasquez business and the UCrew Nation team specifically, guys, we're the fastest growing team in the entire company, hands down. UCrew Nation, Ricky and Francois, our team is smoking it. Why? Because we have a turnkey system. I've been in network marketing companies before where I join, I get an email that says welcome, and that's that. I don't know anything else. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Oh yeah, you get some customers. Well, how? What? I mean, and it's just crazy. People are just flying blind. With us, because our system is so turnkey, it'll help you to be confident in your ability to build a business. So if you're still sitting in the middle ground, or maybe you've started and you haven't had as much success as you think you want to, right? Maybe it's because you're tweaking, right? Little tweaks here and there on the system. And by changing the system, then you're going to get those results that you have. So maybe go back and really readjust, okay? So with that being said, guys, there's 3 steps to the system. So let's say you just got started. Within your first 24 hours, okay, you want to complete your 101 training. Now, we're going to get into that in just a second. Now, so I get started today. I want to complete my 101 training at the UCrewNation.com within 24 hours. By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, make a mental note, write it down. There is a new paper, little picture that we send out with brand new steps to a revamped, more streamlined 101 training that was done by Francois Untermeyer, our Black Diamond upline, and it's phenomenal. Okay, so make sure you have the updated one, throw away the other one because it won't work, and then save this one in your phone. The second step is once you've completed your 101 training, okay, you should get on a game plan call with your uplines in your diamond text. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this, but just know this, guys, if you're taking notes, number 1 and number 2, until you've done number 1 and number 2, you shouldn't be talking to anybody yet, okay? Because we want to give you the skill sets, the philosophies, the training to be able to effectively go and approach your network the right way. Third is a share and connect system, and we're going to talk about that because that's really the secret sauce, guys. We are not looking for salespeople. We're not looking for you guys to go and chase people. We're not looking for you to go out there and run people down. I always say this, write this down, guys. We're looking for the lookers, okay? Guess what? 21 million people just lost their job. There's a lot of people looking, okay? That is a 100% fact. And you guys are blessed to be able to have something that you can present to people that are looking, okay? So now when we talk about the 101 training, guys, this will be distributed to you through your diamond text. So when I get started today, the person that enrolled me, so I see Ricardo on there. So let's say Ricardo enrolled me. Okay, he's going to put me in a group text with a bunch of people I don't know, right? Those are all your uplines. And typically what will happen is Ricardo will put a list of names in there associated with those numbers. But all those people there is basically your team to support you, to help you build your team, to help talk to your prospects, to help talk to your customers and answer any questions, okay? So your training will be given to you in the diamond text. At this training, we go over the fundamentals of the business, product knowledge, compensation, recruiting method, why we do what we do, and how we do what we do. We also talk about how to develop your why and to create goals, smart goals, attainable goals, goals that you can actually see that are relevant and that you can attain, okay? Now, the second thing is, so once you've done that 101 training, you're going to go back into that diamond text where all those people are, not your WhatsApp. We're going to talk about the differences in all those, okay? Go back into that diamond text and just say, hey, guys, I finished my 101 training. I think I'm ready for my game plan call. Now, one of the people on there in that group, there's a few of us that are qualified to do that because we do get trained on it. Somebody will say, hey, I got you, brother. Does tomorrow at 10 o'clock work? Or does tomorrow at 1 o'clock work? Whatever time it is, okay? So you guys match calendars and you're good to go. Now, remember, we still haven't talked to anybody yet. We still haven't reached out to anybody yet. Now, the game plan call is the second step. So on your game plan call, once your 101 training is completed, first things we do is we say, timeout. What questions do you have? right? We want to sit there and be available to just answer, clarify, give better understanding. Because here's what I know. If people out there have 2, 3, 4, 5% misunderstanding, or they don't know, right? Or they're confused, they clam up, because people who are confused don't want to make a mistake. And so because they don't want to make a mistake, they kind of do one of these numbers. Okay. They're like, right? So, hey, what questions do you have on the one-on-one training? You know, what are the things can I do to help you gain a better understanding? Second thing we do is our to-dos, okay? Now, there's really just one, okay? It's very important that if you're in the team, if you're in the business, that you have your LCP set up. Now, LCP is very simply this. The company asks us on a monthly basis, every 30 days, to make a purchase of at least 80 CV, okay? CV is a point system that we use within our company, but 80 CV, depending on what product, could mean anywhere from about $89 to $110 a month is what you're gonna purchase. That's the bare minimum to be able to keep your business going, okay? And if you don't know what that means, this last week, I just did a training. Every Wednesday, we do a lunch and learn training at 12 p.m. Pacific, and I did a training on the binary and how that 80 CV works and why you need to make sure that you're activated. Now, also, you can have 160. 160 is where we want to get you to, where you're participating in all of the different compensation models. That's where the revenue share is. That's where the trip to the Bahamas is. But bare minimum, you have to do 80 CV, and we want to make sure that's set up right then and there on the spot. Because here's the deal. Let's say you get running, you start having a bunch of people come on your team, and they're driving all of this sales volume, and you forget to make your 30-day purchase. That 31st day, the sales volume that's under your team that you haven't got paid on yet will disappear. It gets called flushed out. I cannot I can't put that volume back in. I'd rather you make the purchase and not forget, have it set up ahead of time, because I can't get that volume back. Doesn't matter how much you cry. Okay. So, and then we're going to set up your goals, right? And we'll talk about that. But your goal essentially in your game plan call is to reach out to at least 40 people via text or phone call. That's up to you. We have training for both. I prefer text, but again, some people prefer to pick up the phone. Some people prefer to have a specific phone call with a specific person, and other people I can text. So use that discernment on your own. But we set up your goals. I say reach out to 40 people within your first 72 hours, okay? Now, what happens is, because CBD and online business are so hot, we're gonna get some people who want to talk, and then we'll set up some goals for your performance as well, and then stay plugged in. We're gonna talk to you about making sure that you're staying plugged in on all the different outlets and everything that you have, so you never miss a beat and you're always in the know. Now, let's talk about your top 10. See, because this is very important. Every single one of us, when we first see this business, we have about a good 5 to 10 people that we want to see this business ASAP. Like, I remember when I was sitting in my very first meeting, as my wheels started turning, I started thinking of people that I wanted to talk to. I just started writing their names down. So those 5 to 10 people, you want them to get in front of the business as fast as possible. What we want to do is we want to use the Connect Call system to get them in front of the opportunity as fast as possible. So those ones, let's shoot for your first 24 hours, right? So reach out to 40 within your first 72 hours. But those top 10, you want to get them on the phone with us within your first day or so. Now, your goal should be to leverage the leaders and allow them to build your top spots as fast as possible. So here's one of the keys to being successful in Vasquez. Do not be the guy. Do not be the gal. Do not be the person that has to share the information. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've heard these terms, and every time I kind of secretly giggle inside when I hear it. Here's why, right? I've had somebody say, listen, Mara, that system's awesome, but man, you don't know my people. My people. I think there's a city called My People, and everybody has people that live there, right? Everybody's got their people, but here's what I know about people, guys. Everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be healthy, and everybody, wants to be wealthy, right? Or at least be financially secure. So doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter where you went to school. It doesn't matter your socioeconomic background. It doesn't matter your ethnicity, your race. It doesn't matter. People are all people, and they're all kind of pretty much want the same thing. So our system is built specifically to cater to the masses. So I just ask you to trust in the system, especially with your top 10, because here's the deal. You say, Mara, I don't need to do a system because let's see here. I see Benny on here because, listen, Mara, I don't need to use a system. This is my boy, Benny, right? Him and I have done so much together, man. Like he knows my deepest, darkest secrets, vice versa. I just need to call him and tell him, hey man, I need a credit card. We're going to do this thing. It has to do with CBD. I'm in, I've done all my research, and he knows I'm an analytical guy. So if I'm in on it, he's in. And guess what? Benny signs up. That's good, right? No, because another thing that I want you guys to write down is this. Understand, don't ask yourself if it works. Ask yourself if it duplicates, okay? It's very important. Everything we do must model our system, because so many times our system, it's kind of like with our kids, right? We say your children are not going to do what you say, they're going to do what you do, right? How many of you guys, now that you're a little older maybe, I know I am, you're doing something and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm my dad. And it's because of the way you were raised and you're watching them. And they're modeling it. So I might be able to get Benny to sign up like that, but guess what he's going to do? Do you think he's going to value the system if me, his closest friend in the world, didn't actually use it when he enrolled? No, of course he's not. He's going to say, well, listen, the system's pretty good unless they're close to me. Well, these 5 guys, they're my closest people. They pick up the phone. Benny starts trying to do the same thing. And maybe Benny's not as influential as me. Maybe he hasn't had the track record that you did in your last job, right? And so what happens is that even though you get a quick 5 or 6 people, even a quick 10, 15 people in, they all die because you didn't model a system that duplicates out. So it's very important, guys. Now let's talk about the share and connect system. Okay, so our share and connect system starts off with this, guys. We are not looking for salespeople. Okay, and I really hope that you hear this, because I think that this is one of the things that mentally disqualifies people before they ever even start going, because either A, they think they need to be a salesperson and they hate being a salesperson, so they're trying to be something that they're not when we don't need you to be a salesperson, or B, they want to be a salesperson because they're a good salesperson. And guess what? In this business, this is a relationship business. Right, I think of somebody like Kenji. Kenji is on the phone right now. He's one of our platinum leaders. Kenji's never been in network marketing before, but because of who he is, he just enrolls people like that. Why? Because people know who he is. They trust him. So he says, hey, listen, he goes through the information and then they say, yeah, I'm open. I want to learn about, CBD. I want to learn how to make money in this space, right? So he says, perfect. Let me get you on the phone. I'll break you down all the details. So they get on the phone and then he puts myself on the line. He puts Ricky, Jeff Gonzalez. He puts some of his other leaders, Dinah Mosier. And because it's Kenji, he's basically saying, hey, listen, this person I'm putting you on the line with, I approve of them, right? So because it's Kenji and he's given his thumbs up on this person, they join on the spot. He gets people to join every single time he gets them on the phone, but it's because of who he is. He's not selling anybody, right? He's going out there and using his influence and his experience and his trust. Even if you're not as successful as Kenji, he's built many, many big time businesses. But as long as you're somebody that people trust and you do right by people, you'll be fine. We're going to teach you guys how to leverage the excitement and the buzz surrounding CBD and online business. Guys, I'll tell you that I'm actively doing this on a daily basis myself. I'm sitting there every day. I'm getting on LinkedIn. I'm going on Facebook and I'm reaching out to people, even cold market, people who don't know me or that I don't really know very well. And by utilizing the scripts, people are saying, yeah, oh man, I'm open. Sure, of course. Yeah, what do you got? Because people are hungry. You have to know that, but it will take us just throwing the bait in the water, right? You put the CBD on the line, and you get it, throw it in the water, right? It's just that. We're just looking for the lookers. Now, introduce your network to your leaders on the call. So let's say I send a text message out, and I see Julie, and I say, hey, Julie, hope you're doing well. Listen, I don't know if you're looking or not, but or take that back. Hey, send her a text. Hey, what do you think about CBD? Okay. Oh, I love CBD. Why? Well, listen, I just found a way to make money in the online space. It's in the CBD, area. I don't know if you're open or not, but I thought of you. I can get you the info. Yeah, for sure. Send it over. Perfect. What time can I call you? I'll break down all the information. 10 o'clock tomorrow. Perfect. And at 10 o'clock tomorrow, you get one of your leaders on the line. We do all the heavy lifting. That's the thing that you really have to understand and go like this. Whew, okay, good. Like, I don't have to be the one to sell people. I don't have to be the one to share all of this information. I've just got to be the connector. Yes, if you can be a connector and let your upline do all the heavy lifting, then they'll duplicate out because you've also modeled the appropriate system. Now, you invite people to jump on these calls and be a sorter, not a seller. Okay. Once again, write that down. I want to be a sorter, not a seller. I'm just sorting through people until I find the lookers. I'm looking for the lookers. I'm looking for the looking. That's really it. Okay. Because if you become a convincer, right? If you start to go out there and think that your job is to convince people, then you're gonna really, really be an up and down type of person in this business. You're always going to be, oh man, I had this guy, he's so excited. Oh no, he didn't answer his phone. And so this, right? So don't worry what people say. Hey, listen, if it's for you, I love you just the same. If it's not for you, I love you just the same as well. Okay. So now let's talk about the text. Okay. Now this is very, very easy. And if you're on your phone, screenshot this. If you're looking at a laptop or a computer, take a picture or talk to your upline or ask in your diamond text and they'll send this out to you. But this thing has been working like crazy. Okay. So first things first, these are warm market, means people that you already know or have a relationship with. So, hey, Anthony, hope you're doing well. Random question, what are your thoughts on CBD, okay? If it's a positive response, okay, which most people are going to fall into one of three areas. Number one, okay, hey, I love CBD. I take it all the time. Why? Number two, right? Oh, I don't take CBD, but my mom does. She loves it. Why? Place number three, I don't know too much about it, but what I do know is that it's kind of blowing up, right? Why? See how that why keeps coming back? Well, here's the second part. Awesome. I found a way to make money 100% from home in the CBD space. Not sure if you're open, but I can get you all the details. Do you have some time to jump on a call tomorrow at 2 o'clock? Very simple, okay? Now, I think it's important. We do get some common objections, okay? So a lot of times people will say, send me an email, okay? I just asked for them to get on a call, and they said, send me an email. Here's your response. Screenshot this or take a picture. Because CBD is so competitive and we're offering a revenue share, the first step is a call. If you determine this is a fit, we can send you tons of information. Does tomorrow at 10 work? I'll get you on the call, right? You're holding posture. Does that mean if somebody says, send me an email, well, Mario, I sent them the flip chart, I sent them the PowerPoint, I sent them all the pricing? No, nowhere in this are you to be sending any information whatsoever, okay? So next one, what's the name of the company? It's called CBD One. It's really new, so there's not a lot of info yet, but on the call, we'll get you all the details. Does 10 o'clock work? Okay, here's the reason why, guys. Somebody asked me this the other day. When you look up Vasquez, okay, on Google, if people don't know any better, they just think it looks like any other random network marketing company. See, and I want people to be able to see it the right way, see it the way I saw it, listen to it, and hear the things that make it different. And so if you put in, oh, the company's called Vasquez, here's a bunch of information, the average person is just going to look at that and be like, nah, I'm okay, good. Right? It's not until you get on the phone and you really understand how powerful it is that Dallin Larson's built 2 companies to $1 billion, until you understand how high up in the chain that we are, that we have a disruptive product, how important liposomes are in the patent. None of that stuff they're going to get just from Googling something, okay? So here's the other thing. How much does it cost, right? Remember, we're texting. It's free to jump on a call, LOL. Right? There are actually a number of different prices to get partnered up with depending on how involved you want to be with the launch. But we can go over all that on the call. Does tomorrow at 10 o'clock work? Okay, these are some of the most common objections, but as you can see, the idea is you still give less and encourage the call. Now, what if somebody says, well, you know, I don't ever want to get on a call if I don't have any pre-knowledge of the information? I'm like, dude, you work at Ross. What are you talking about? Like, get on the call, you know, try to act like you're this sophisticated business guy, right? Let's just jump on the call. If it's not a big deal. And here's what I tell you guys. It's okay to say, it's all right, brother. No worries, man. I just thought you might be open. God bless you, bro. Tell your mom I said hi, okay? Done. That, guys, is called the takeaway. See, in this interaction, even if you were to flip it around and you put yourself in a position where you're being approached, most people that are getting pitched or getting sold, they like to have the idea to think that, hey, I'm going to tell you if I like this or not. You know, when you do the takeaway, you flip the dynamic around. When it says, oh, you know what, brother, it's okay, man. I thought you might be open, but it's all good. Hey, man, I hope you do well and stay safe. Tell your mom I said hi. God bless. Leave. Do you know how many people are going to be like, wait, you're telling me no? I didn't get a chance to tell you no. It changes the dynamic, and you don't know how many people will call you back or text you the next day or even right there and there and say, yeah, it's all right. No worries, man. What time do you want to talk? Okay, because I'm telling you, this is one of those old tricks of the trade that when you flip the dynamic and do a takeaway, all of a sudden people want to hear what you have to say. Okay, it's just something psychological about man, right? We don't like to be told no. We like to tell people no. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about our products. Okay, now this is a very exciting time for me because tonight we're going to talk about our Renew product. Okay, how many of you guys love your Renew? If you love Renew, right, put I love Renew in the chats, okay? Before I dive into the little bit of information, I'm going to share with you that we have a gal that's going to be talking tonight that's going to share a very, very powerful testimony about this product. I'll share with you mine. Guys, I have horrible knees forever, right? I had, when I was a kid, I don't know if any of you guys know this or have even heard of this, but I had something called Ausgeschlatter when I was a kid, where one part of my bone, the lower part of my bone, like my shin, that grew faster than like my thigh bone, right? And so what it did, it created this like this little gap or this move. And when you would literally just touch my knee, it was like massive pain, right? So, and then to top it off, I was a catcher. Okay, so I was in baseball, I was always squatting. And so that messed me up. Then as I got older, playing football, I hyperextended my knee a couple times. I believe I partially tore my meniscus, never got it fixed. And then you just get old, right? My knee was just bad. I started taking this product and man, it changed the game for me, guys. And it is literally my favorite product, but just like all of you guys, I only showed up for CBD, okay? So let me briefly run through what Renew is to try to simplify it for you guys. So for features and benefits, what does it do? Increased flexibility and mobility, okay? I could see that and I can attest to that myself personally. Help your body's natural inflammatory response. So inflammation, right? The swelling that's usually associated with pain or different ailments. Cartilage and joint function. Hello, that's me all day long. I remember like I'd go like this and I'd have my nephews and my nieces touch my kneecap and then I'd extend my knee and it'd feel like there was rocks in there. Sorry. It was just, right? It was just bad. And now it's not like that anymore, right? It actually feels smooth. I told my wife, I feel like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. Like somebody put oil in my knees and now it's like when you spray WD-40 on something, right? Sports and exercise nutrition with recovery, which is very important. The soreness and the things that you get when you're going hard in the gym. Counteract the efforts of free radicals, okay? Effects. Elevate immune function, okay? This is very important. How many of you know immunity is very important right now to all the things that's out there, obviously, you know, COVID and whatnot. Now, some of the key ingredients, curcumin, strongest anti-inflammatory in the world, okay? Now, what's cool about, and this comes from, again, since this is a brand partner training, you want to make sure that most people have not heard of curcumin, but they all have heard of turmeric. See, curcumin is in turmeric, okay? Ginger helps with your digestive health, okay? So digestion problems, stomach issues, to help to kind of just basically flush out those things. Shiitake mushroom, again, another one for immune system health, which is huge. the acai berry, okay, antioxidant powerhouse, and then resveratrol, okay, which is really important, heart health, antioxidant, okay. So with that being said, guys, I have the honor and the pleasure of bringing on one of our gold leaders out of Thousand Oaks, California. She's a gal that I just have a tremendous amount of respect for, because you know what? She just does things the right way for the right reasons. She has a huge heart. She had an incredible testimony with Renew, and just started sharing that testimony, hit the rank of gold. She's got a really good, solid, quality team building out in her area, and she just shares her heart, and I have a ton of respect for her. So let's see if Liana Cohen is here. Liana, are you there? There we go. Can you hear me?
There we go. Can everyone
Awesome.
hear me now?
Yes, I'm going to spotlight your video, and boom, there we go. So Liana, why don't you share a little bit about yourself, before Vasquez, why you joined Vasquez, and let's hear about your product testimony.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mario. It's actually one I've been wanting to tell for quite a while, because it's been extremely life-changing for me, really in every way possible. Just to give a quick little overview on my background, I came from corporate sales and marketing, and I've actually dabbled a little bit in network marketing before. Never ever before have I come across a company like this with leadership, a turnkey system. You know, everything is just functioning on all cylinders over here to make it possible for everybody to succeed. So, but that being said, in 2010, I kind of had my life turned upside down a little bit. It had been a really kind of crazy year for me with work and life and everything, and started having a bunch of joint pain, couldn't lift my shoulders, my arms, my fingers were very, very, I would call it just puffy and inflamed, and really hard for me to do anything functional. So I went to the doctors, found out basically I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I was kind of thrown for a loop. And I thought, honestly, everyone's gonna laugh, but I thought it was something that only old people get. Yeah. Something for elderly people. And so I had to do a lot of research on my own online, and came across, a lot of studies that were done, and the fact that it was an autoimmune disorder, and that this is something that would probably affect me, for the rest of my life. So kind of started looking into options. I was told, of course, right away to get on the biologics and the drugs that would decrease my immune system and, all sorts of other nasty side effects. And I just really didn't want to believe that. So I started researching turmeric, curcumin, pretty much everything, natural, from a natural standpoint. I switched up my diet, became gluten-free. I still to this day am gluten-free. That tends to help me a little bit, but in the long run, nothing really worked. And there were other numerous CBDs on the market that I tried, and none of them really, did anything for me at the end of the day. So when my mom, who's a brand partner in the company, Cheryl Prowett, brought this opportunity to me. Yeah. And I was, I was open, because I was always looking for something to get me off the biologics. I finally gave in when they told me that, I was going to have permanent joint damage. You need to get on one of the injectables like Enbrel, Humira. I was on one called Symphony. And so I broke down, I gave in, and for about 1.5 years, I was on that. I was sick all the time. Every time my kids would come home from school, I would catch something from them. And I just was really getting tired of it. So I was open when she came to this with me. And I said, I'm willing to try it. And again, just to back up real quick on the power of this network marketing industry, had my mom not been introduced to this by Jeff Gonzalez, who was introduced by, I think, Diana Mosier. I mean, this is the power of our system and sharing. I wouldn't be on here right now talking to everybody about my amazing testimonial with Renew and CBD, right? So it's really just been a game changer for me. So I've been off my Symphony injection since October, so going on 6 months now, yay. And I've just had nothing but success with these products. And for me, even more than the financial standpoint, I know everyone's hurting and looking for things right now, which makes this even better of an opportunity. But for me, I'm just going out, sharing my own testimony with this, because it's been a game changer for me. I can function without these drugs that I needed on a daily basis. I was also on prednisone. I was taking, popping 800 ibuprofens 2 to 3 times a day. So I'm not doing any of that anymore. I'm just literally taking these 2 products and every other one of our products because I love them all. But those are the 2 that have been really life-changing for me. And it almost gets me emotional talking about it because, again, thanks Mom, thanks Jeff, everybody. The power of network marketing, right? And our products. So I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liana, for sharing that testimony, and powerful, right? And so it's cool because, yeah, just like you said, hey, the money's great, but really being able to impact people's lives is you just get the feels on that, man. You can't get enough of it, right? And so thank you so much for sharing that testimony. I know you've been waiting to share it, and it's so powerful because I know there's so many people out there that have family members, or maybe they're even themselves, they're going through something, and they're looking, and our products actually work. So awesome. Thank you so much. Now we're going to keep moving forward a little bit here. And the next person I want you guys to hear from is a pretty special person to me. Her and I have known one another for many years. We knew each other through family, and then we ended up working together in corporate. And truth be told, we actually got laid off from the exact same place on the exact same day, right? Over 10 years ago. And she's got a lot of success, and she's building a massive team with our company. She is like a stone's throw away from Blue Sapphire. And I foresee a huge future, diamond for sure, in our company. And she's committed. And one of the things that I'll tell you I love most about what Jackie's been able to do is throughout this whole COVID thing, I don't know that there's anybody else on my group that has been more committed to her daily method of operation, right? And so maybe, I don't know if I'm just throw this out of left field on you here, Jackie, but maybe touch a little bit about what you've been doing throughout this time during this COVID rush, and you've been very successful. So without further ado, please help me welcome Platinum Jackie Vasquez to the call. Jackie, can you hear me okay?
I can. Thank you so much, Mario.
Awesome.
And yeah, just to say, Mario's one of those very special people to me as well. And I'm blessed that he thought of me when this came about. And yeah, unfortunately, we were a part of that layoff. Yeah, like you said, over 10 years ago. But honestly, it was a little bit of a blessing because that's when I first found network marketing. It was a different company, but I learned to love it at that time. But I joined Vaseo. It's been over 15 months now. It's December 2018 when Mario reached out to me asking about CBD, if I was familiar, and I absolutely was because of my husband. So he's actually been blessed with our products. He used to suffer from chronic pain in his shoulder, and it is completely gone. And that's just one of many. So, so I'm very thankful for that. And yeah, it's been so crazy. Came on board, shared it with a few people, and it just went, like I said, like crazy, because now I can't even, I think it's like over 1,700 people that are on my team, and I'm truly blessed. But, 15 months, obviously, I've exhausted my warm market. And not to say fully exhausted it, because times have changed. And honestly, people that I reached out to back at that time I'm reaching back out to them, and they're open because of what we're going through. But a lot has to do with, like he mentioned, what I'm doing every day. I'm a super busy mom. I was spending hours a day driving because I commute my daughter to school. And it took a lot of my time, which I realized how important it is to stick to these things every single day. And that can just change your whole, success and what comes about. But I'm really being strict every single morning. I block out 90 minutes. It could be anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes, but 90 minutes of my day, I focus on reaching out to new people in my warm market. Even if I've reached out to them before, I've been here 15 months now, I'm reaching out again. And then also I'm hitting a lot of cold market, because like Mario said, people are looking we have over 20, what did you say, 21 million people that have filed for unemployment. So I'm reaching out to cold market people, but I give myself how many people I want every single day to reach out to. And I make sure that I don't stop until I've absolutely hit them. And I've been doing maybe about 50 to 100 people just because I have the time now and I'm able to sit down and focus. But it's crazy because when you put a goal like that, I'm literally able to get it done in the 90 minutes. And I have even adding new people. Just Mario has trained on this daily method of operation every single day, what we should be doing. And I'm seeing the results from it now, and it works.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jack. Now,
Yeah.
when you get people, and taking calls. See, Lorraine
Yeah,
just said,
I've been taking a ton of connect calls because I'm also part of my daily method. I reach out to my team, make sure that also encouraging them to stick to them because they may not have as big of goals because a lot of people still are working from home. But even if it's 10, 15, 20 people a day, doing that every single day can absolutely make a difference.
Absolutely. And then you get these people in. And one of the things that I also love about you, Jack, is you're very, very focused on the system. And she's always following up with her people, making sure they're getting their 24-hour game plan call as fast as possible. And it's just always there for her people. And so I definitely see you being a diamond in the company by December. That's easy. We're really excited for what's happening. And I just thought it would be a blessing for you to share your story because you're working hard. And I really believe that you're the next one that's going to make this big jump because of all the effort and the production's there, which is awesome.
Thanks so much.
Awesome. So with that being said, guys, just want to let you know what we got going on this week here with the team. And so write this down, take a picture, screenshot it. Tuesday night, 6:30 Pacific, Ricky and Francoise Untermeyer do a team training. That's on Zoom. You can find the information on our Facebook group as well as on WhatsApp. Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific, it's our Lunch and Learn. This is for brand partners only, skill set training. And I'm actually going to do part 2 of our compensation plan training that we did last week. Thursday night at 6 p.m. We changed it. Instead of doing 4 and 7 to try to capture for East and West Coast, I'm just going to do 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to do a Vasquez overview presentation, but it's a condensed version, okay? So it'll be about 35 minutes. Now, on Saturday, we're going to be doing a 12 noon Vasquez overview presentation on Zoom, and it's a full version, kind of like we did this last Saturday when we had testimonials. We spent time on every single product, and I think that's a really good opportunity for people to learn more. 9 a.m. on Saturday, our Vasquez launch call with Mr. Daniel PQ. That's a corporate call that we're on. And then on Sundays, 5 p.m., every single week, we have our UCrew movement weekly training, which is what we're on now. And then for the time being, in 5 minutes, we're all jumping on to listen to Mr. Dallin Larson, our CEO and founder, talk about life lessons. And tonight, guys, he's interviewing his sister, okay, Colette. Colette's story is unbelievable, okay? She's been in the industry for 29 years. She was, she'll share her story, but pretty much left to fend for herself by her husband, just took off, and she had to just no college experience, nothing, plugged into network marketing, and has made millions, guys, millions of dollars over the last 29 years. Never was in network marketing, ever. No experience. She was a stay-at-home mom. She called her brother crying, Dallin, and was like, what am I going to do? And he said, okay, let's get to work, okay? 29 years later, guys, she's just been an unbelievable blessing to literally thousands and thousands of people. And so with that being said, guys, one final thing before we close. Remember New Year's Eve in New York City. For those of you guys that are just hearing about this, we go out there, we have 20 people join the team on the right, 20 people join your team on the left. In the whole year, companies taking you. And I don't know about y'all, but we are going to New York, okay? This whole Corona stuff will be gone, and we're going to get back to normal. And the UCrew Nation, by the way, is leading the entire company with so many people. 4 nights, or 4 days, 3 nights, trip for 2, Times Square, entertainment, airfare, hotel, everything to go and ring in the new year, because I don't know about y'all, but I'm already ready to say goodbye to 2020. So with that being said, guys, God bless you. Thank you so much. We're going to get this converted and reposted. Jump onto Dallin Zoom. Listen to himself and Colette in just a few minutes. God bless, guys. Bye-bye.